You could fight any female right now. Who would you want to go with?
Valentina Shevchenko right now. I want to be at the top. You know, I'm still 26. She's been around for a long time.
Right now, I'm not too sure that Shevchenko is the best 125er there is. This girl is, man, she goes after people. She is nasty.
Valentina has to fight this woman.
Dakota Ditcheva sends clear warning message to Valentina Shevchenko after Taylor Santos' brutal KO. And trust me, this is a warning the UFC flyweight champion needs to take seriously. The 26-year-old British sensation has just become a millionaire, crowned PFL flyweight world champion, and she's got her sights set on the biggest name in women's MMA. But is she ready for the legendary bullet?
Devin deep for sure. Santos is in big trouble. She's in big trouble.
Dakota Ditcheva to the body again for a championship.
Stay tuned as we break down everything you need to know about this potential super fight that has the entire MMA world talking. Let's start with the moment that changed everything. Last month in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, Dakota Dangerous Ditcheva did what many thought was impossible. She absolutely destroyed Taylor Santos in just 2 rounds.
This matchup right now is a woman that's not even in the Ultimate Fighting Championship. She's in the PFL. Dakota Ditcheva is the best flyweight outside of the Ultimate Fighting Championship right now. She's up there. She's up there with Alexa Grasso, Manon Fior, and the rest of them. And I'm not afraid to say it, 14-0, 9 first-round knockout TKO. Insane power. Dakota Ditcheva has been viral on the internet for a reason. And in her last fight, fighting Talia Santos, TKO in the second round. She usually beats him in 1.
Now, why is this significant? Santos isn't just any fighter. She's a former UFC contender who gave Valentina Shevchenko one of the toughest fights of her career back in June 2022. Many fans believe Santos actually won that fight against Shevchenko. But Ditcheva? She made it look easy. Brutal body shots, devastating clinch work, and that signature Muay Thai precision that has become her calling card. The finish was so dominant that it immediately shifted the conversation from Dakota who to how would she do against Shevchenko.
Like Valentina Shevchenko versus Dakota Ditcheva.
She doesn't get decisions. She's knocking people out. She is making them quit.
Like Valentina makes you pay. She makes you.
With this victory, Ditcheva claimed the PFL flyweight title and pocketed a cool $1 million. But more importantly, she silenced every critic who called her a can crusher. The numbers don't lie. 14 wins, 0 defeats, with 10 first-round finishes. At just 26 years old, she's not just knocking on the door of elite competition, she's kicking it down.
It's been a long time coming. This is mentally the strongest I've ever been.
You know, competition is important to me. So if you're going to put me with the same girls and have the same girls in the tournament, I'm not really that interested.
You've just mentioned there that you want to be the queen of this division worldwide.
We were just kind of talked about going into the UFC.
Thought about for many, many years and just not been in the position to do it. People now with me beating Taylor Santos, they want to see like what else I'm capable of. So it's got to be something more.
People thought she would against Shevchenko. You know, she's never been stopped. She's never been stopped. Shevchenko didn't stop her. People thought she beat her. And now what can people really say? Made it look like another can on the list as people always comment on my stuff.
Dakota has come.
Now, here's where things get interesting. When asked about facing Valentina Shevchenko, the current UFC flyweight champion and arguably the greatest female fighter of all time, Ditcheva didn't back down. Her 6-word response, "I could definitely, and I would." That's not just confidence talking, that's a direct challenge to a woman who's dominated the flyweight division for years. Shevchenko, at 36 years old, is coming off a hard trilogy with Alexa Grasso, a win, a loss, and a draw that showed some cracks in her armor.
That fight set the tone for her rivalry with Nunes, which peaked in 2017 at UFC 215. In their rematch, Shevchenko lost a razor-thin split decision many fans still dispute to this day. Before her legendary flyweight run, Shevchenko also defeated Holly Holm in a striking masterclass and submitted grappler Juliana Pena with a slick armbar. Proof she wasn't just a striker. But it was in 2018, when the UFC introduced the women's flyweight division, that Valentina truly began her reign. She won the vacant belt by dominating former strawweight queen Joanna Jędrzejczyk over 5 rounds at UFC 231.
The greatest fighter in mixed martial arts that is a female is the underdog tonight. Valentina Shevchenko has completed the rubies on the new belt.
But Ditcheva respects the champion, she told reporters. She's been champion for years and years. I'm not quite there yet. I'm still 26. These girls are like 31, 32, so I have to kind of humble myself a little bit. However, don't mistake respect for fear. When pressed further, Ditcheva made her intentions crystal clear. You put me in a cage and I'll go against anyone. The British fighter trains at American Top Team in Florida alongside current UFC flyweight champion Alexandra Pantoja, so she's no stranger to elite-level training. Her coaches believe she has the tools to beat anyone at 125 pounds.
So I'll put it back on you, Dakota. Who do you think is the #1 flyweight in the women's division right now?
Valentina Shevchenko.
You still put her #1?
100%. Look, she's the first person to finish her rubies on a belt. She's been around for so long, and she's stayed at the top of that level. I know people are saying now she's on a little bit of a down, but she's a lot older now. She's been around for years at the top of the level, and no one's been able to wipe her out. Grasso got that one fight on her, which was fair enough, beat her fair and square. But honestly, she can do everything as well. She's a full MMA fighter. She's not just a striker, not just a grappler, not just a wrestler. She's everything. She can switch it all up. So I genuinely feel like flyweight, she is 100% up there.
Do you hate the UFC questions? Because, I mean, you're in the PFL. They're the ones who found you. Like, they put you in this position. They just made you a millionaire. Do you hate that question?
Yeah, no, I don't hate it, but I just feel like PFL deserve the respect. You know, like I said, they picked me up in Europe, you know, when I was like, not a big, I was known, but I wasn't massive, you know, so I'm not saying I'm massive now, but I've got a lot of attention recently. So they've helped me build that, you know, they've helped me build my followers, my fans, like they've, you know, given me opportunities like fighting in that Europe tournament, now in this PF. They didn't even have a flyweight division until I signed, you know, so the opportunities that they've given me, you can't forget that. And they might not be the UFC, but there's still an amazing promotion that has done a lot for me. So I definitely don't hate the UFC questions. I understand that people are interested in that, and there's a whole nother flyweight division there that people are excited to see me in. But there's still so much to give from PFL, and I've got to be grateful for the position that I'm in.
Let's break down the stylistic matchup that has fight fans salivating. Valentina Shevchenko is a master of distance management, using her kicks to control range before blitzing forward with combinations or takedown attempts. She's a decorated Muay Thai champion and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt with an incredible fight IQ. But here's where it gets interesting. Dakota Ditcheva might actually have some key advantages.
It needs to sign Dakota Ditcheva. Dakota is blowing up insane. That's because of the power and the technique and the skill that she possesses. It's on a different level. It's on a level that's so high, we can only imagine what Dakota Ditcheva, if she keeps on continue winning, if her confidence stays sky high, what she will develop in the next few years. She's still not even 30 years old. She's not even 35 years old. She's got a long time to go before she gets there, and she has so much to do in her career. The only question here would be, is Dakota Ditcheva ready for a Valentina Shevchenko? Would her coaches say that they want to develop her a little more? Being in the PFL, she hasn't faced UFC type of competition, but she finishes her fights fast and she runs through opponents like they're nothing. She might need another test, but we saw her fight Talia Santos, and we know that Talia Santos was an extreme test for Shevchenko. You never know when you match two people up. But what we do know is that these two are strikers at the core, and they're looking to hurt their opponent with strikes, but they both have tricks up their sleeve. You never know what they might do. Two of the best in the land, Valentina Shevchenko and Dakota Ditcheva. I want to see this fight. I do want to see this fight.
First, the height factor. At 5'8", Ditcheva would stand 3 inches taller than Shevchenko. That reach advantage could disrupt Shevchenko's preferred fighting distance and give Dakota opportunities to land her devastating body shots, an area where she seriously excels over Valentina. Second, the clinch game. While Shevchenko loves her head and arm throws from the clinch, Ditcheva's Muay Thai background makes her a master of clinch situations. We saw this against Santos, where she stuffed every takedown attempt and dominated with knees and elbows along the fence.
Is the target.
I think she has things to work on. I don't know how it's gonna play out for her, but yeah, she has potential.
Everyone's difficult with their own style. Everyone has power. Everyone has chances to knock out each other. I don't know what it's gonna be next. Who is gonna be next, but I am here. No matter how old I am feeling great. Martial arts.
Third, the youth factor. Ditcheva is 26 to Shevchenko's 36. Bullet has been in wars, and Father Time is undefeated. Meanwhile, Dakota is just entering her prime years. The question isn't whether Ditcheva has the skills, it's whether she has the experience to handle the pressure of facing a legend like Shevchenko on the biggest stage. Now, let's talk business. Ditcheva is still under contract with PFL for another year. But don't think Dana White and the UFC brass haven't been paying attention.
The PFL should keep the UFC out of their mouth.
When is Dakota Ditcheva going to the UFC?
I think people now, with me beating Tyler Santos, they want to see what else I'm capable of. So it's got to be something more.
Women want to be equal. And believe me when I tell you, women have proved here that they are equal. They have absolutely proven themselves. And people love the women's fights.
The numbers speak for themselves. Dakota has brought new eyes to women's MMA. Her unique background, training with her world champion kickboxer mother Lisa Howarth, and her finishing ability make her a marketable star. There's even talk of cross-promotional fights, especially with Saudi Arabia's Turki Al-Sheikh pushing for super fights between promotions. If they can make Francis Ngannou vs. John Jones happen, why not Ditcheva vs. Shevchenko?
For Ditcheva's ground game.
That's somebody that I've looked up to and watched in the UFC, and for me, it's a very big moment. I feel like I bring in a lot of attention.
Now, Dakota is focused on enjoying her success and spending her $1 million prize money on family. But she's made it clear she wants to face the best competition available. I don't want people singing my praises and calling me the best fighter ever, because I understand there's better girls out there, she said. But I do feel like I have gained a little bit of respect now. The MMA community has been buzzing since Ditcheva's dominant performance. Social media exploded with comparisons to Shevchenko, with many fans boldly claiming Dakota is already better than the current version of Bullet. Expert analysts are split. Some believe Ditcheva's finishing power and youth give her a real shot against an aging Shevchenko. Others argue that championship experience and fight IQ can't be taught. You have to earn it in the biggest moments. What's undeniable is that this potential matchup has captured the imagination of fight fans worldwide. It represents the classic passing of the torch scenario, the aging legend versus the hungry young lion. Even Ditcheva acknowledges the intrigue. If I'm beating people like Santos now, think about what I'm going to be like when I'm 30 or 31. I've got a bright future for sure.
That was digging deep for sure. Santos is in big trouble. She's in big trouble. Dakota Ditcheva to the body again for the championship. Not sure what that's all about.
The question remains, will we see this super fight happen, or will promotional politics keep these two warriors apart? So there you have it, fight fans. Dakota Ditcheva has officially put the flyweight division on notice. With her brutal knockout of Taila Santos, she's proven she belongs in conversations with the elite. Whether we'll see her face Valentina Shevchenko remains to be seen, but one thing is certain. The flyweight division just got a lot more interesting.
We kind of said that I thought the PFL was coddling this person. They were hiding her, all this stuff. Dakota Ditcheva, man, she proved me absolutely wrong. She's fire. That girl she is good. She's mean. She's nasty. She goes after people. She doesn't get decisions. She's knocking people out. She is making them quit. She is the breakout fighter.
I famously got hammered like 10 years ago saying women would never fight in the UFC. And then I met Ronda Rousey.
Right now, I'm not too sure that Shevchenko is the best 125er there is. Hey, man, she goes after.
What do you think? Can the 26-year-old British sensation dethrone the legendary Bullet? Or is Shevchenko's experience and championship pedigree too much for even a talent like Ditcheva? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more breaking MMA news and analysis. And this has been MMA Central. Keep training, keep fighting, and we'll see you next time.
The PFL should keep the UFC out of their mouth.
When is Dakota Ditcheva going to the UFC?
I think people now, with me beating Tyler Santos, they want to see like what else I'm capable of, so it's got to be something more.
Women want to be equal. And believe me when I tell you, women have proved here that they are equal. They have absolutely proven themselves, and people love the women's fights. These women become big stars.
Dakota, a superstar. What is up, Fiat? You're the next big thing. They look up your Lord. Great to see it, Fiat. Strong woman, good girl. Looking all great to see it. Great to finally meet you. Love it, love it. What's the crack? What are we up next? Yeah, now I'm walking myself there. Look, as superstar right there, 100%. Love it, bro. Don't hold the great to see you, Fiat. Good. All right, man. How you doing? Nice to meet you, man. All right?
When Dana White and Conor McGregor both issue warnings about the same fighter, you know something big is happening. That fighter is Dakota Ditcheva, the undefeated PFL champion who's got everyone talking, and more importantly, everyone worried. So buckle up, because we're about to dive deep into why the UFC's biggest names are sounding the alarm bells about this 26-year-old knockout artist from Manchester.
All of my friends, what I've always loved is all of my friends knew my mum fought. They all knew she was a world champion.
Before we get into the warnings, let's talk about why Dakota Ditcheva has become the most feared name outside the UFC octagon. Standing at 14-0 with 13 finishes, Ditcheva isn't just undefeated, she's untouchable. This isn't some padded record either. In November 2024, she absolutely dismantled Taila Santos, a former UFC title challenger who gave Valentina Shevchenko everything she could handle. Ditcheva didn't just beat Santos, she dominated her, finishing the fight in devastating fashion.
Tag all right hand, trouble, and that does it. One big one. Dakota Ditcheva, right hand and a hand of fate. Dakota Ditcheva to the body again.
But here's what makes Ditcheva truly terrifying. She's not one-dimensional. While her Muay Thai background and striking skills are world-class, inherited from her mother Lisa Howarth, who was a world champion kickboxer in the 80s and 90s, Dakota has been rapidly developing her ground game. She's got that rare combination of technical skill and killer instinct. When she hurts opponents, they don't recover. They get finished. At just 26 years old, she's in her prime and getting better with every fight.
I'm really excited for the future for her in MMA. That's what she's chosen to do. Obviously, she's had a good start with the Muay Thai, and she still enjoys training that. And I think
the PFL knew what they had when they scooped her up from their European circuit, and now she's their biggest star after claiming the $1 million 0-cent tournament prize. But here's the problem for the UFC. She's exactly the type of fighter that could come in and immediately shake up their women's flyweight division.
These women become big stars.
You could be the face of women's MMA. You're on that path. It's there.
Just scare me a little bit, that people are putting all this faith in me. Although I know I'm going to do that anyway. I'm going to be the face of female MMA. I know that's one of my goals, to inspire and things like that. And I want to be the best.
I never expected these women to be as technical and as badass as they have been.
It can be daunting at times that I kind of got all this kind of media and stuff like that on me. But, it's all coming at the right time.
Now, while we don't have direct quotes from Dana White specifically warning about Ditcheva, his actions speak louder than words. Multiple sources have confirmed that the UFC actually tried to trade for Dakota Ditcheva, and the PFL shut it down immediately. Think about that for a second. The UFC, the biggest MMA promotion in the world, was willing to give up one of their fighters to get their hands on Ditcheva. That doesn't happen unless they see her as a legitimate threat to their current hierarchy. Dana White has built his career on identifying talent that can shake up divisions and create new stars. The fact that the UFC was actively pursuing Ditcheva through trade negotiations tells us everything we need to know about how seriously they're taking this threat.
On me, but it's all coming at the right time.
Basically kind of said that I thought the PFL was coddling this person. They were hiding her, all this stuff. Dakota Ditcheva, man, she proved me absolutely wrong. She's fire. That girl she is good. She's mean. She's nasty. She goes after people. She doesn't get decisions. She's knocking people out. She is making them quit. She is the breakout fighter.
I famously got hammered like 10 years ago saying women would never fight in the UFC. And then I met Ronda Rousey.
Right now, I'm not too sure that Shevchenko is the best 125er there is. Hey, man, she goes after people. She is.
But here's where it gets interesting. The PFL's refusal to let her go might be creating an even bigger problem for the UFC. Every month that Ditcheva stays in the PFL, demolishing competition and building her brand, is another month where UFC fighters have to answer questions about when they're going to face her. Dana's warning isn't spoken, it's in his actions. The UFC knows they need to either sign her or risk watching her become so big that she overshadows their entire women's flyweight division from the outside.
Alexa Grasso, Valentina Shevchenko. You could beat them.
Yeah, I think I could. Yeah.
But if Dana White's silent warning wasn't enough, Conor McGregor just sent a very public message to the entire UFC. At a recent BKFC event in Dubai, McGregor came face-to-face with Ditcheva for the first time, and his reaction was telling. Quote, "Dakota, a superstar. What's up, sweetheart? You're the next big thing, baby. Great to see you. You're a strong woman. Good girl. Effing awesome. Great to see you. Great to finally meet you." Now, this might sound like a compliment, but when Conor McGregor calls someone the next big thing, that's not just praise. That's a warning. McGregor knows star power when he sees it, and he's basically telling the UFC women's division that their biggest nightmare is standing right in front of them.
The PFL should keep the UFC out of their mouth.
When is Dakota Ditcheva going to the UFC?
I think people now, with me beating Tyler Santos, they want to see like what else I'm capable of. So it's got to be something more.
Women want to be equal. And believe me when I tell you, women have proved here that they are equal. They have absolutely proven themselves. And people love the women's fights. These women become big stars.
You could be the face of women's MMA. You're on that path. It's there.
Just scare me a little bit, that people are putting all this faith in me. Although I know I'm going to do that anyway. I'm going to be the face of female MMA. I know that's one of my goals, to inspire and things like that. And I want to be the best.
McGregor built his career on being the most dangerous striker in the game, and when he recognizes that same killer instinct in someone else, you better believe the current champions are taking notice. The fact that he took time to personally meet with her and give her his endorsement is sending a clear message. Dakota Ditcheva isn't just another prospect. She's the real deal, and she's coming for everything. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, Valentina Shevchenko. The Bullet has been the undisputed queen of women's flyweight, but Dakota Ditcheva represents her worst nightmare matchup. While Valentina is 37 and has been champion for years, Ditcheva is 26 and hungry. More importantly, analysts are already breaking down this potential matchup, and many are favoring the youth and aggression of Ditcheva. Here's what makes this so dangerous for Valentina. Ditcheva is more aggressive and potentially more dangerous than any opponent Valentina has faced. Her killer instinct and technical skills could be the perfect storm to dethrone the longtime champion.
Get to know PFL fighter Dakota Ditcheva. Where did your nickname come from?
People watch my fights and then just straight away just call me dangerous. And obviously I've got 2 Ds in my name, so it kind of comes all together as triple D.
Where are you from?
Yeah, so I'm half Bulgarian, half English. I grew up in Manchester.
What is your biggest career moment?
Signing with PFL or my knockout that I got at Madison Square Garden.
What is your career goal?
I want to be at the top. I'm not here to just take part and be another girl on the roster. I want to be right at the top.
Favorite athlete?
I mean, I'm going to stick with fighting. I'm going to say Valentina Shevchenko. She's definitely someone that I really aspire to be like.
Favorite musician?
I mean, if I'm going by what Apple came up with at the end of the the year, it would be young boy, but I don't really want to say that one. I'm going to say Lil Baby. I like Lil Baby.
Who's your dream opponent?
A dream opponent would maybe be Shevchenko. Even though I look up to her a lot, I still want to be in her position and be able to beat someone like her. So, yeah.
Valentina's experience and 5-round championship conditioning give her advantages, but Ditcheva has been finishing fights so quickly that her cardio is still a question mark, and that might not even matter if she gets the finish early. The fact that Ditcheva demolished Taylor Santos, who gave Valentina one of her toughest fights, shows that stylistically this could be the most dangerous matchup of Valentina's career. And at 37, time isn't on Valentina's side. But here's where things get complicated. Dakota Ditcheva is stuck in PFL limbo, and that might be the UFC's biggest blessing and curse.
There's a reason Dakota Ditcheva is called dangerous. The 2023 PFL Europe Women's Flyweight Champion is entering the PFL regular season 10-0. Ditcheva has a 90% finish rate with 8 knockouts and 1 submission. The 25-year-old has championship star power in her blood, and she could be the face of the PFL regular season. Don't miss the debut of the flyweights April 4th live from San Antonio.
Recent reports show that Ditcheva is frustrated with the PFL's inability to find her fights. She's not in the 2025 tournament, and the PFL is struggling to find suitable competition for her. She's quoted as saying, "I'm gutted that I haven't had anything just yet, and I'm just like, get me anything." This is both good and bad news for the UFC. On one hand, keeping Ditcheva inactive prevents her from building more momentum and potentially growing even bigger. On the other hand, it's creating a powder keg situation where she might eventually force her way out of her contract or become so frustrated that a move to the UFC becomes inevitable.
With 58 seconds to Dakota Ditcheva, how are things after what was a stunning victory?
I know it was a quick fight, to be honest. I wanted it a bit longer, but yeah, it's good to get in, get out, get paid.
The longer the PFL keeps her on the shelf, the more the UFC women's division has to live with this question mark hanging over their heads. So what does all this mean for the current UFC women's flyweight and bantamweight divisions? First, every fighter in those divisions is now being asked about Dakota Ditcheva in interviews. They can't escape her shadow, even though she's in a different promotion. That's the kind of crossover star power that creates real pressure. Second, the UFC knows they either need to sign her or risk having their entire women's divisions compared to someone they can't control. Every title defense, every contender fight is going to come with the question, but what about Dakota Ditcheva?
Stage and the headspace I'm in now, I don't think she can bring me much, to be honest. So I'll always go in looking for a tough fight and being prepared for, a real hard test in there, but I don't think she's got anything that she can trouble me with.
And finally, for fighters like Valentina Shevchenko, Amanda Nunes' return, or rising contenders like Alexa Grasso, they know that their legacies might ultimately be defined by whether they ever face this undefeated knockout artist from Manchester. The warnings from Dana White through his actions and Conor McGregor through his words are clear. Dakota Ditcheva isn't just another fighter, she's a game changer who could reshape the entire landscape of women's MMA.
Let me tell you one thing, this hype train stops for nobody. I don't care who you are, this hype train will keep rolling, just keep bringing them to me one by one. And like Brendan said, I woke up this morning and I'll choose violence every single day.
The warnings have been issued, the gauntlet has been thrown down, and now we wait to see who's brave enough to step up and face the storm that's coming. What do you think? Is Dakota Ditcheva the future of women's MMA? Let us know in the comments below, smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more breaking MMA news. Until next time, keep fighting.
Valentina is looking to do something special in her career. Already proven to be the greatest, 37 years old, left a legacy that will be remembered forever, and now's her chance to do something insane. Take a risk, fight another great fighter, and prove that there's no doubt greatest fighter in the land is the Bullet, Valentina Shevchenko. The greatest matchup right now is a woman that's not even in the Ultimate Fighting Championship. She's in the PFL. Dakota Ditcheva is the best flyweight.
Dakota Ditcheva, the undefeated PFL flyweight champion, is sending a clear warning message to UFC's pound-for-pound queen, Valentina Shevchenko, and her words are as devastating as her knockout power. The 26-year-old British sensation has just made it crystal clear that she's ready to test herself against the very best, and Shevchenko might be in her crosshairs. Stay tuned as we break down this developing story, Ditcheva's uncertain future with the PFL, and what this could mean for the entire flyweight landscape.
The attack on the right hand. Trouble. And that doesn't. One big one. Dakota Ditcheva, right hand and a hand of fate. Dakota Ditcheva to the body again.
Let's start with the bombshell that has everyone talking. Dakota Ditcheva, fresh off her $1 million championship victory, didn't mince words when asked about a potential showdown with Valentina Shevchenko. When pressed about how she'd fare against the UFC flyweight champion, Ditcheva delivered a 6-word response that sent chills down every fight fan's spine.